Welcome to Nonstop Nerd, where we dig into all things nerdy. This is our first episode, so I'm going to break down how everything's going to work out. Each episode is going to start with some sort of segment, and then we'll move on to our main discussion portion. For now, it's just me, so I'm going to have those discussions with you. But at some point in the future, I want to have guests on to make the discussion portions of each episode a little bit more interesting. Today, we're starting with a segment called Trailer Talk, where I analyze and give my thoughts on a trailer for a movie or video game or TV show. The trailer that we're looking at today is for the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Alright, so immediately at the start we see what can only be called a shoe cave. Does he really like feet? If anyone else had this type of shoe collection, they'd be considered creepy. I understand that he need to change his shoes often because they would just combust from him running so fast, but why does he keep his old ones? Why would Gangsta's Paradise be playing? Sonic's not a gangster. Robotnik's not a gangster. They're saying Sonic is a gangster just because he's fast? It's an especially weird song to use since there are so many songs in the games that they could use, like City Escape or Open Your Heart, Live and Learn. The redesign of Sonic is disgusting. Why redesign such an iconic character? Like, if you want fans to go see the movie that you're making, why not just give them what they're already fans of rather than changing it? It's a bit unsettling to look at. Weird mouth and teeth. They changed his eyes for some reason. His shoes are different than what we usually see in the games and comics. They added like laces, made them smaller. But I'm fine with that actually. They just make it look more modern and realistic. I like the shoes actually. I like the shoes. They're still the iconic red. In the games he wears white gloves, but here it's just his hands, like the gloves are his flesh. All that being said, it could be worse. We could have gotten like the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles in Sonic the Hedgehog form.
Gotta go fast.
I think this is actually the first time Sonic has ever actually said, gotta go fast. Like, he says it in the theme song of the Sonic X cartoon, and that's become a meme, but he's never said it until now. So either when writing the movie, they saw the memes and thought he said it, or they're trying to reference the memes and embrace the memes because meme culture. Jim Carrey is back. He feels like Jim Carrey again. And that makes me really happy. I grew up with The Mask and Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber, and this feels like that again. It feels very reminiscent of classic Jim Carrey. The casting is overall great. Jim Carrey is like the only person I could ever see playing a live-action Robotnik or Eggman. Ben Schwartz is the perfect voice of Sonic. He fits the personality. He's got this humor down. His voice sounds like he does in the games. The cast is definitely one of the best things the movie has going for it so far. I'm unsure how to feel about the plot. From what we've seen, the plot seems mostly cliche and playing a little safe. A strange alien creature shows up in our world and the government feels like it's a threat. But that alien creature befriends a human and we see that the alien can actually be trusted. And we see that the government is wrong. The human and the alien work together to save the day. It's basically the plot of E.T. if E.T. was fast. I'd be fine if they're just using this cliche, more familiar storyline to use as like a jumping off point into the, I guess like the crazier part of the Sonic games, like if they start using the Chow or Chaos or the Chaos Emeralds. All that being said, it's only a couple minutes long of a trailer, so we have no idea what's going to be in the final movie. There could be a lot of secrets that they're not telling us. That does kind of pique my interest. That does excite me to see like the potential of what else is going to be in the movie. Alright, let's speculate as to what other Sonic elements are going to be in this movie, because I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what else from the games and Sonic lore is actually going to end up in the movie. Alright, so it seems like they're going with the Sonic being from Mobius storyline that we see in a lot of the classic games and a lot of the comic books. He does allude to being from another world, so he's probably from Mobius. I really like seeing the rings surround the Paramount logo in the beginning, and it makes the little ding noise like in the games. They're at least giving the fans something, which is really cool. So in that scene in the trailer, Sonic is running down a building and he throws a ring and opens up a portal, kind of like Doctor Strange. Does he just carry these around? Where did he even get them? And where is he carrying them? Does he have pockets? I was confused at first by this, but there are moments in the games, especially the classic games, where Sonic runs through giant rings like portals at the end of levels or to go into bonus levels. It does look like from this one trailer that like the main MacGuffin of the movie is going to be Sonic's quills. I do wonder if the Chaos Emeralds will show up at some point. The Chaos Emeralds are usually what the games are more about, so I wonder if they're going to show up. They could just be saving the Emeralds for a possible sequel that they may never get, but it'd be cool to see the Chaos Emeralds and see Sonic turn into Super Sonic at some point. I'm wondering though, what is Robotnik's evil scheme in this movie? Does he want to build a theme park like in a lot of the games? Is it just generic world domination? And the government hired him, but they don't trust him. Did he do something in the past to make the government not want to trust him or made him a criminal? In a lot of the early games, we see him use like small animals, like small wooden creatures to power up his robots. So I wonder if that's what he did previous to this movie to make the government not trust him. Like evil ways of using animals, which goes with why he really wants to capture Sonic and use his powers in this movie. So that makes sense that he wants to use Sonic to power up more robots like he was using the little woodland creatures to power up his old robots. Maybe they plan on using this to be like an ongoing theme in the movie about environmentally safe fuels. Maybe they're planning on using this as an ongoing theme throughout the movie about environmentalism or environmentally safe fuels to use that won't harm animals. You think I'm crazy about that, but I think there's something there. They could totally use that in the movie. I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know what else he could have done in the past to be criminalized other than maybe just building robots to attack people. I don't know. I wonder if any locations used in the movie are going to be based off of like the levels from the video games. Could the wooded area in the beginning be Green Hill Zone? Like could it be the Green Hill Forest? In those city scenes that we see, could that be Station Square or Metropolis or something? In that last shot of the trailer, Robotnik is somewhere where there's giant mushrooms. Could that be the Mushroom Hill Zone or Mobius? There's a lot they could do with basing locations off of levels. There are, for some reason, a lot of casinos in Sonic, so maybe we'll see them go to a casino at some point in the movie. I want to see what other Sonic characters are going to show up in this movie. So far we see Sonic and Robotnik, and then a bunch of non-Sonic characters. To me, one of the really great things about the Sonic games are all the different colorful characters that you get to play as or interact with, but so far we only see 2 of them. Sonic Heroes got the record for the most playable characters in a platforming game in the 2008 Guinness Book of Records Gaming Edition. Like, obviously that's a lot, they can't put that many in the movie, but I would at least like to see, like, Knuckles and Tails and maybe Amy. I hope we do get to see them. I'm just a little worried about what they would actually look like. Overall, the redesign of Sonic is pretty horrible. They say that they're going to be redesigning him before the movie comes out. We'll see what that looks like, though. I'm still unsure about that. The plot seems pretty bland and cliche, but I do like some of the humor. It made me laugh. I really liked the joke about Sonic being in the gym bag at the end, and James Marsden's like, oh, it's not my kid, but it is a kid. Like, that was really funny to me. And some of the directing and some of the action scenes look really cool. I'm excited about those. As of right now, we only have the one trailer to go off of. Usually a trailer for a movie either gets me really excited to see the movie, or it lets me know that I don't want to see it at all. This one, though, makes me feel a little more torn. I'm still curious. It's definitely a wait-and-see movie for me right now. Alright, now on to our main discussion for the day. Our main discussion for this show is going to be about video game movies and what they could do going forward to be better than they have been in the past. Video games have never been Hollywood's favorite thing to adapt, and it's not done as much as other source materials, but when it is done, it seems like filmmakers tend to really screw it up. It's like there's been some sort of video game movie curse. The Super Mario Brothers movie in the 90s was so bad that it's used as bad movie night. It's basically a staple of bad movie night. They tried giving explanations as to how different things and elements in the Mario games could exist in the real world, but by giving those weird explanations, they just made everything feel even more bizarre than in the games. The Mushroom Kingdom in the games is typically really bright and fun, and then in the movie they took it and made it really dark and bland and colorless. Nothing matched the source material, not even the essence of the games. And it made fans feel really disappointed. The Street Fighter and Double Dragon movies are both garbage. There have been some video game movies that are better than the others and come way closer to being good. The first Mortal Kombat movie is actually really fun. The martial arts action was intense, and the special effects still hold up given the time period it came out in. That being said, even though the storyline does match the games, there's not a lot of story happening in the movie, and it can be very cheesy at times. The Tomb Raider movies, Warcraft, Silent Hill are all pretty fun movies to watch, but they're all also kind of forgettable. There just aren't tons of great video game movies out there, and I would really like to see that becoming more of a thing. We live in a world where comic book movies are the best thing ever, so why not video game movies? There's tons of source material, tons of great stories to base these off of with fun action like the comic books. They need great movies to go along with it. Now, what is it that video game movies can do to be better and be good movies going forward? I've got a couple of suggestions. For one, they can stick to the story of the source material. Obviously, when a movie is adapted from source material, there's going to be changes that have to be made, and that's fine. But those changes have to make sense. In situations like the Mario Brothers movie or Assassin's Creed, they took some minor elements of the source material and completely went their own way with it and made some pretty awkward movies. Something like the Uncharted games would be perfect for movies because there's already plenty of story to choose from. All they really need to do is take the story from the cutscenes, put that in live action, and then film the action sequences in between. I mean, Uncharted is practically a movie already. Changing the spirit or the essence of the source material is typically where things go wrong. Another suggestion that I'd have for anyone making video game movies in the future is to know what should be in live action and what shouldn't be. Things like Uncharted and Tomb Raider make perfect sense to be in live action, but there are some things like Mario and Sonic that maybe should and could just be animated movies. The games are already animated. Just animate the movies in the same style of the video game graphics. Watch the opening cutscene of Sonic Unleashed and tell me that that's not something you'd expect to see in like an animated Avengers movie. It's intense, it's action-packed, it's amazing. There was also once a teaser trailer for a possible Sly Cooper movie that I don't think is being made anymore. I wish this movie did get made because it's perfect. It's everything that a Sly Cooper movie should be. It's everything a video game movie should be. And it's just a teaser trailer. Ratchet & Clank actually did attempt that animated movie route, but it unfortunately fell pretty flat due to really dull storytelling. But the animation was perfect and spot on, and the humor was really funny. Normally I'd say Pokemon is something that I'd want to keep animated or even see a modern 3D animated Pokemon movie. But Detective Pikachu did the live action thing pretty well. So maybe future video game movies should just take a note from Detective Pikachu's book. So overall, I'd say video game movies are better off staying animated in the animation style of the video game's graphics. There are those rare instances of live action being pulled off just fine, like if Uncharted or The Last of Us was made into a movie finally, or it worked in Detective Pikachu really well. But the main thing, though, is that the movie needs to stay in the same spirit of the games. Like with all adaptations, it needs to be made with love from the filmmakers who are making it. The filmmakers need to be someone who loves the source material and wants to take good care of it. Not just someone who, like, read a Wikipedia page and thought, oh, I can turn this into a movie. No, it needs to be someone who is already a fan to, like, protect that essence that the source material has. And that's unfortunately something that we haven't really been getting until now. Studios just want to take something and turn it into a cash grab rather than making it because it's something they love. I can definitely see this video game movie curse being lifted in the very near future. I can definitely see that video game movie curse being lifted, and we'll finally get those video game movies we'd always hoped we'd see. I think it'll follow in the steps of comic book movies, how they went from okay or bad movies to running Hollywood. I think video game movies are the next step, the next big movie fad. And I cannot wait for that, personally. That's it for the first Nonstop Nerd video. I hope you continue to watch and follow the show's evolution. I'm sure there'll be lots of changes over time until I find my footing. Thanks for watching.